What's good, everybody? This year's NBA draft class is so fun and so enjoyable to watch, and I think it has the potential to be one of the best draft classes we've had in years. Years, right? Years. I know it's a reach and it's still so early to say it, but when was the last time that we've had a draft class wherein there is a lot of players that are in the discussion to win Rookie of the Year as early as possible or as early as the season starts? And they did not yet include the first top two players of that draft class, which is now Cunningham and Jaylen Dean. Like some of them, like even like Jaylen Dean, you could put him in the discussion sometimes, but mostly he is not in discussion to win Rookie of the Year. I know it's still so early. I know we still have more games to go. I know it's still the first 10 games of the regular season, or they even reached 10 games yet. But do you know when was the last time? When was the last time? And with the draft class being hyped by Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Evan Mobley, and Cunningham this year, you know that there'll be some people that once they debut and have a bad game, they will talk trash about them. And that's why I want to talk about Cunningham right now. He is the best player, the first overall pick in this draft class, okay? And he didn't play Summer League due to his injury that he sustained, I think, in a practice or in Summer League. Okay, so when he played in the NBA or when he debuted against, I forgot what team it was, he played bad. He played terrible, but he was good in rebounding and passing. But when it comes to scoring, he was so bad. And a lot of people talk trash on him. Like they say he is the worst rookie of this draft class. Like his first game, right? First game. And others said that this was one of the worst debuts in the league. Like what? He had 8 rebounds, which is already good. 4 assists, alright, but he scored bad. And that's what people want to watch, the scoring. I know he made 2 or 1 over 21 3 points or 2 on 1 of 21 3 points. I forget, but it's like that. He missed 23-point shots. And it's alright, okay? It's alright. He's still a rookie. He didn't play Summer League, okay? He didn't play Summer League. And he needs to get on the groove, right? He needs to be used with the environment of the NBA. And he's still so young. I think it's just like 20. Like Cunningham has been so good in college. He's so good in high school. But give him time, okay? Like in their game against Brooklyn just like a couple of days ago, he played good. Like he played good. Okay? He was holding his guard. He was guarding KD sometimes. He was making clutch shots. Yes, he made a clutch shot on the 3-point in the corner that made them a bit almost took the lead. Not really took the lead, but almost made the game closer. And he did good. He did decent. Okay, it's his best. I think it's his best game he had so far. And give him time and he will adapt. He's still so young. Okay, it's still so early in the season, and sometimes rookies get their groove late in the season. That's why you have rookies like going up, blossoming up into better players as the league almost is coming to an end. So give them time and just like him take shots. And he's in a losing team or a tanking team, or what you call like a under the 15 or under the playoff team. And it's okay, right? It's okay if he goes for 20 shots because he will be your star in the league or in your team in the next coming years. And speaking about taking 20 more shots per game, let's talk about Jaylen Dean, who is the number 2 pick in the draft. But Jaylen Green has been like one of the best or one of the most exciting players to watch right now a bit as a rookie because of his flashing dunks, of his like scoring ability and all those things, like what he did with the Lakers one time. But he is enjoyable to watch. But if you look at the box score, if you do that thing, if you're a box score watcher and not like a game watcher, you will see that he goes for like 20 shots per game and makes like around 5 or 2. Like it's okay. It's okay. Remember that. It's okay. They are in a tanking team, okay? They are in a tanking team. And he needs to get used to the scoring, especially like there are a lot of players who are having a tough time scoring the ball, like Booker. But shout out to Booker, dropped 38 right now. Damian Lillard. Like there are a lot of players who are having a struggling to shoot right now. So it's okay for like young players such as Jaylen Dean and Cunningham to go shoot 20 shots per game, and because they're trying to get their groove and get to adapt the environment of the NBA. And Jalen Green, okay, he has the potential to be like a Zach LaVine in the next coming years. That's what I think. I don't know what you think, but it's okay if you agree with me. But yeah, he has the potential to be like a Zach LaVine, a streaky shooter, a good dunker, a person who can help carry the team. It's like a Zach LaVine type. With the top two players being out of the way, let's talk about players who are in the discussion to win Rookie of the Year if the season ends now. And that's Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, and Chris Duarte. Chris Duarte slowly is cooling down right now. But when the season started, he was literally on fire. Without Caris LeVert and without TJ Warren that time, he was the one putting up buckets for Indiana. And he was one of the players helping Domantas Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, and Miles Turner being there. And with Caris LeVert coming back, he has a bit of a cool down. Like I think he's just scored 4 points today, and like 4 points today or yesterday, I don't remember. But yeah, there was a game he scored 4 points, so like he's already cooling down. But it's okay. It's still so young. Remember, all of these rookies are so young, bro. But Chris Duarte is that type of person. Like he could be like a spark plug off your bench, and when TJ Warren comes back, he's that type of player because he could really score out of nowhere. He's like a six-man type of potential to be a player like that because he could make buckets for you. He could give you buckets, and he's fun to watch. Defensively, a bit decent, but like he is good when it comes to scoring and off ball. That's why Indiana is like fun, one of the fun teams to watch right now. Even with Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis there, they're fun. They're still very, very fun. Next, let's talk about Evan Mobley, arguably the one leading for Rookie of the Year, but I have Scotty Barnes for it. But Evan Mobley is one of those type of centers or forwards that you could fit anywhere. He plays like a Jokic type of player or a younger Jokic because he could pass the ball, he could shoot the mid-range and 3-point, he could guard the paint, and he could even hold his guard against perimeter or elite scorers in the perimeter such as Trae Young and Damian Lillard or Steph Curry for a bit. But remember, they are so young, okay? Like Evan Mobley has been so good, and he really fits with Lauri Markkanen and Jarrett Allen. And Lauri, I hope you become okay once you come back from those protocols. And Cleveland misses you, bro. But they have been so fun to watch, and Evan Mobley has been one of those players that makes this team even more fun. And I know this team, or Cleveland, is one of the most surprising teams right now because if you look at their lineup, and before the season even started, people said that they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league, but could still possibly be because it's still so early. But they have been so surprising and so fun to watch right now because with Evan Mobley being one of the players leading the charge, with Jarrett Allen being like one of those defensive and offensive centers in the league. Not really best, but one of the good players right there. And you also got Ricky Rubio with all those playmaking, and you've got Colin Sexton and Lauri Markkanen playing the 3, and they're even starting like 3 players who are 7-footers in the starting lineup. They are fun to watch, and Evan Mobley, his impact on that court, offensively, defensively, has been so good for them. Now let's talk about my leading player for Rookie of the Year if the season ends now, and that's Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is that person who can do it all. And offensively, defensively, he has been so good. So one of the best. Like, I don't know what they would do with him when Pascal comes back. Like, I know Pascal will come back in their next game. I think that's tomorrow. But he has been so good for Toronto. Like, his defense is there. Like, he could be one of those scorers off for them. Like, he is so good. Like, I couldn't explain how huge his impact is for Toronto. Like, sometimes he is the leading scorer of Toronto. Like, leading scorer, bro. leading scorer. Like he could do everything: rebound, assist, points, blocks, steals. Like he could do that. He can even do a 3-dribble full court. 3-dribble full court. And who's the only person who could do that? It's only Giannis. Speaking of Toronto as well, you've got players who are so young and could be deadly in the next coming years. So you've got Fred VanVleet. You've got Gary Trent. You've got OG Anunoby, who's potentially becoming most improved player. You've got Scotty Barnes. You've got also Khem Birch, Chris Boucher, or Precious Achua. Like, they are so good defensively and elite defensively. Like, they are so deadly right now that they could be even more deadlier in their future. So yes, stick out for Toronto because Toronto is so good. Since we're speaking about Toronto, I want to talk about Pascal Siakam because I don't know what they will do with him. That's why it's interesting to watch when he comes back or in the next coming weeks what they will do with him. Because like if Scotty Barnes is playing like this, would they put Siakam off the bench? Or would they do it reverse? Because you don't want OG to be in the bench because OG is so good against perimeter defenders or perimeter guards. So yeah, what would you do with Pascal? Would you put him in the 5? I think that won't work. But I don't know. Because like Scotty Barnes already doing it all for them. He's leading scoring sometimes. He's helping VanVleet. He's helping OG. So like what they will do with Siakam? What will they do with Siakam? Leave it down in the comments down below. What do you think they will do with Siakam? Now let's talk about players who are not given enough recognition in this rookie draft class, which is even more like what? But they are so fun and so enjoyable to watch. And I'm starting off first with Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs because they are from Orlando. And sometimes people don't watch Orlando games because they don't know anyone there. But Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs are helping that team. They are so fun to watch because like even though they're still lacking players such as Markel Fultz and Jonathan Isaac, they're still so fun, like very fun to watch because like they are always running. They are also decent in defending because like if you watch their defense right now, Mo Bamba is that guy. Mo Bamba is that guy blocking, defending. Like he is that guy and he is also improving every single game and every single night. But let's not talk about him. Let's talk about Franz Wagner. Because Franz Wagner out of nowhere is like a scoring machine for them. But there are times he's off, but sometimes he's one of those scoring machines for them. He goes for like 15, 16 or like 20 points, 22 points per game out of nowhere. Like what? Who's that guy? But he is so good. He spaces the floor so well. Like he could even defend a bit or guard a bit elite players, but not that much. But scoring off the ball, scoring on the ball, catch and shoot, he is that guy. Jalen Suggs has been a perfect fit for either Cole Anthony or RJ Hampton. Like they are so good. Well, I don't know how he would fit with Markel yet. I don't know if they even played together yet, or like practice or something. But he is good. He goes playmake. His defense is also well. Like he could even guard a bit of elite defenders, but not that much as well. Or elite guards, I mean. Yeah. He could guard. He could do playmake. He's also good in scoring. Like it's the Jalen Suggs that you watch in college, but nerfed a bit. They are fun to watch. And yo, I tell you, watch Orlando games. Watch Orlando games because they are really fun. Let's talk about my favorite defender of the rookie class, and that's Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell has been so good defensively. That's why he's called off night, because he could guard anyone or an elite scorer and make them have a hard time. Paul George, Damian Lillard, Jordan Clarkson, Devin Booker, he could guard them all. And not really like guard because like they are buckets, but he could make you have a streaky off night. That's why he's called off night. Like once he is guarded by you, you would not score for like every minute he is guarding you. Like you could go 0 for 8 while he's guarding you. Even though you're an elite scorer, he could make you go 0 of 8. He is so good defensively, and I think one of the best futures for Sacramento. And it was also interesting because I didn't know how he would fit with Sacramento because they've got other players right there. they've got like other guards such as De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, and you also got like Buddy Hield, so you didn't know or you don't know how he would fit. But Luke Walton made him fit somewhere in the rotation and made him one of the best defenders you will enjoy watching. And that's that's good. That's the only good thing Luke Walton did. Davion Mitchell, one of the best defending guards right now, and I think he could be one of the best defending guards in the next couple of years. And he's one of my favorite defenders right now, like literally right now, like with Matisse Thybulle and him. Like, they are two of my favorite defenders to really watch right now. Josh Giddy. I know Josh Giddy has been given a lot of praise for what he did against the Lakers and how he helped support Shea. But it could be also arguable that he is not also given enough credit because almost small people only watch, or not a lot of people watch OKC games. And Shea is the only one there, and they're like even having a hard time. Like, their 2 wins are only against the Lakers, and those are all comebacks. That's how bad, but that's also how good they are. Like, Shea and Josh Giddy, they are perfect fit, but Josh Giddy is one of those players, one of those point guards, when you need to give him more years to develop to become one of those decent starting players for a contending team or a championship team. He is that type of player. He does good with his assists well. He does good with his rebounding, and he does decent with his scoring. Defending wise, he still needs improvement, but he is so good and fits perfectly well for this OKC team, because they are a team not really fighting for a spot in the playoffs. They're just a team developing their younger players with Poku, Roby, Shea, and now Josh Giddy. They are going to develop these players and turn them into maybe brighter stars, and that's why Josh Giddy has been one of those core players. He's been helping them, he's been improving his game, and he's also fun to watch, right? So there are times, if you're an OKC fan, there will be times where you will watch Shea being an off night player, so Josh Giddy will take over. If Josh Giddy is off, it's Shea. But Josh Giddy's impact for this team has been so good. Now let's talk about players who are only given limited minutes, but once they are on the court, their impact to their team is good, and they are fun and enjoyable to watch, but they are not given enough credit. And I'm gonna start off first with Ayo Dosunmu, the guard in Chicago. He's been the one taking place of Kobe White since Kobe White is still injured, but he is so good, or one of those good, decent point guards out there in Chicago. Like, you got Alex Caruso, you got Lonzo Ball, you got Zach LaVine, but he's also one of those guards that is fun, and he's the one replacing Kobe White, who's still injured right now. But his impact on the court is good, like very good. He could guard, he could score, he could create good assists. Like, he's one of the people who could help move the ball. Like, he is fun. Like, he is fun to watch. And he's one of those players who took the charge up against a team. I forgot their team, but that was the game when DeRozan scored 37 points. He was one of the players who helped them to take the lead or make a comeback with Derek Jones Jr. And he is fun. He is fun to watch. I don't know what they will do when Kobe White comes back. I don't know what they will do with him. But with him still playing right now, and I was happy because he was drafted, was a Chicago-born player, and he got drafted to Chicago. So he is fun, but I don't know what they will do once Kobe White comes back. I just hope they would give him enough minutes as well, or like a small amount of minutes, because his impact is good, but sometimes his impact is also gone. But he is good. He is fun and enjoyable to watch. And that's Ayo Dosunmu. Let's talk about Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves of the Lakers. He is the favorite player of the Lakers right now. Like, since Caruso left, he is the main guy. Because I don't know why Lakers fans are like that. They need to find a player who is not really that good, but he's a bench scorer, or he is fun to watch. So now it's Austin Reeves. He's been good playmaking wise. He doesn't score that much. He guards a bit. But he is fun. He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter for a bit. He's been good. He has been good and decent. So Next, I want to talk about Delano Banton, who's the first ever Canadian player to be drafted by the Toronto Raptors. I think I got that right, and that's history. He has been so good for Toronto as well, with aside from Scotty Barnes as the rookie. He has been a hustle player, an energy type player for them off the bench, and he's also playing a powerful ratings. Averages 5, 2, and 3, or 5, 2, and 1. That's his average, but he's that energy type of player, and he gives you rebounds, he gives you points, and he gives you a hustle games. He's that energy type player for them, for Toronto, and he has been so good for them, and he doesn't get enough recognition, but he plays also a limited amount of minutes, but he has been so good every time he steps on the court. And lastly, I want to talk about Herb Jones. Herb Jones of the New Orleans Pelicans. He's been so good defensively. Like, there was one time I was just watching the Pelicans, and out of nowhere he scored like 23, 21 points. Yeah, out of nowhere, and he was good that game. He was good. He was decent. But yo, Herb Jones defensively, he could be like a Jaden McDaniels out of nowhere. He went up, then it went down. It was like offensively, he is there, but sometimes he is always off. But defensively, he is good. Like, I think last game or a game or two, he didn't play. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to him. But defensively, he is good. He's one of those players in that, if you remember the Colin Sexton Alabama team, where only 4 players because everyone fouled out. Yeah, he was one of those players who got fouled out. He is so good defensively. I tell you, if you watch New Orleans Pelicans games, I know you won't, but you need to watch, because like Herb Jones is one of those players. Because I know you won't, because like Zion isn't there, and Zion is still 300 pounds, and you don't want Zion to be playing with 300 pounds. So, you know, watching other players such as Jonas Valanciunas taking over, Devontae Graham taking over, Brandon Ingram playing, Nickel Alexander Walker was one of those fun players right there, and one of my favorite players last year or last year as a rookie. Yeah, he is one of those young players out there. So yeah, those are the things I just want to talk about for this year's draft class. And yo, I'll tell you this one, if you want to take anything from it, you need to give time to the rookies. Like, they are still so young, but you need to give them time because they're still adapting to the environment, right? Or the league of the NBA. So yeah, just give them time and they will develop into great players. Even though they have a bad game, don't be mad about them because they are still adapting, especially with those top picks such as Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Dean. Just give them time, okay? They're so young, 20 years old, 19 years old in the league. Like, that's a dream. Like, that's really a dream. So yeah, just give them time and they will develop. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more contents like this. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Peace.